Our last time topic which we have discussed was Maxwell's equation and magnetism of matter. In Maxwell's equations, we discussed mainly four equations, four separate laws. First two laws, one of them was Gauss's law for magnetic fields. Second was Gauss's law for first was magnetic, Gauss's law for electric field, and then Gauss's law for magnetic field. And then induced magnetic fields and Maxwell's Maxwell's law of induction. And then Ampere Maxwell's law, which introduced the term of displacement current. So I hope you people, all of you people have gone through those topics. What is meant by displacement current? And then how to find the induced magnetic field. So this is the summary of the equations. So what is meant by these equations? Why these are so important? What was their importance in physics and in science? Why they are so much famous? Because by combining all these equations and applying all these equations, we are able to produce electromagnetic radiation. And it is due to Maxwell that visible light was also considered as the part of electromagnetic spectrum. Now, electromagnetic spectrum is very wide, long range, contain long range. So I will show you the some from next chapter, something about electromagnetic waves. If you can see the figure right now in front of you on screen, very small portion is shown in different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Rest of the whole range of spectrum front did not not showing you any color. From left of the screen, long waves, and as you move towards right, then wavelength is going to be shorter and shorter. On left side of screen, long waves, how much long? 10 is per 8 meter wavelength of the electromagnetic wave. And then when we come to in the range of radio waves, so 10 is per 100 to almost 1 meter wavelength of the radio waves. And then there comes infrared radiation. It is also have comparatively shorter wavelength as compared to radio wave. Then visible part from 700 to 400 nanometer. As you move from left to right, from red to violet color, significantly decrease the wavelength of the radiation. And then at the last was gamma rays. X-rays are also very, very short range radiation. And in this range, from 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power minus 2, or there is further distribution. This part is very important. This is, although every portion of the electromagnetic spectrum is very important, but especially this portion, because in this wavelength range, we are able to perform communication using the electromagnetic radiation. First time maritime and astronomical users, and then EM radio, maritime, astronomical and mobile radio, and then FM radio, TV channel. All these distributed, and all these have used a specific wavelength. So you can see, as compared to AM radio, FM radio has the comparatively very less short range, and AM radio has comparatively very long wavelength. So you can also conclude from here that you must know the long wavelength radiations travel more long in air as compared to the short wavelength radiations. And the other portion of the upper portion of the electromagnetic spectrum showing the wavelength, and the bottom side is there is a frequency. So decrease in wavelength means increase in frequency. So from left to right, when wavelength is decreased and getting shorter and shorter, frequency is going to increase at very much larger rate. As simple as thing. One of the when you convert frequency into energy is equal to F is equal to B lambda or some with any other using any other relation.
V is equal to F lambda.
Yes, V is equal to F lambda. So you can convert wavelength into frequency and then frequency into energy. So you will see as we move from left to right, not only frequency is going to increase, it means energy due to these radiation is also increased significantly. So compare the visible portion with ultraviolet and then with X-ray. You can see as we move from violet to in ultraviolet region, in energy 10 per 15, frequency 10 per 15 to 10 per 16, and then 17, 18. X-rays to visible portion, ultraviolet portion, there is a 1,000 time increase in the X-ray frequency. And then even X-rays also have a very long range. And then gamma rays, and you can see the gamma rays have millions of times greater frequency than the X-rays. So this is how you can describe the whole electromagnetic spectrum and can discuss the even very small segments in very much detail. So suppose if you're going to study the details of the AM radio and FM radio, then you will have to study what is meant by AM radio, what is meant by FM, AM amplitude modulation, what is FM frequency modulation. And then you can understand how the quality and during communication taken place due to the changes in the frequency. So what is the importance of wavelength in communication? Similarly, visible portion, visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum has also its own importance and can be described in very much detail. So, similarly, X-rays have types of X-rays you might have studied earlier in your class, FSC maybe, and X-rays, Bremsstrahlung X-rays, and hard X-rays, soft X-rays. So every portion and have why is it so much distributed in so much given to a different name? And then what is the importance of infrared? Why microwaves are also part of this in between some radio waves and infrared. There is a microwave. So with microwave radiation, which are used in our microwave, and why they are used in microwave, what is the reason behind this one? So this basically purpose of this is to study the electromagnetic spectrum these days. First of all, before going to the trail, let's have a look on the figure number 32.2. What is describing is the relative sensitivity of the average human eye to the electromagnetic wave at different wavelengths. This is very important information given by you people. The human sensitivity lies somewhere around green wavelengths, green and then yellow, and then compare going decrease significantly. So for our eye, comfortable wavelength and where sensitivity is maximum is the green wavelength, and then almost some part of the yellow and green, and then long is its red wavelength towards the left. Red wavelength decreases visible sensitivity comprehensively. So this paragraph is contain lot of information for you, and actually this you must have to study from somewhere else because this is not enough for you to for detailed information. So anyhow, these topics like traveling electromagnetic waves qualitatively not part of your syllabus. Just you have to focus on electromagnetic spectrum, and this is why this is electromagnetic spectrum is important, and why it is important to study. If you remember last time, uh, some of you, I have told you that electromagnetic radiation were used in most of our characterization techniques to study the materials properties like even gases, even liquids and fluids form, in solid form, in crystal form, amorphous form. So before understanding the going to detail to understand the material, we must have understand the uh, electromagnetic spectrum. So when suppose you are given a technique and you have to study the some properties of the of your material or liquid or any lubricant material, you are using infrared radiation. So then you must remember every group, hydrocarbon group, cannot interact with the infrared radiation. For some portion of the electromagnetic radiation, uh, this lubricant may be transparent and it may be opaque. Similarly, infrared radiation will will interact with certain group of carbohydrates. So either they may be reflected, may be transmitted, may be absorbed. So you have to keep in mind how the atomic spaces at molecules of the any material interact with certain wavelengths. Similarly, visible some techniques use visible light, UV visible spectroscopy. So this is basically in order to understand the spectroscopic technique. It has very wide range of actually electro spectroscopy technique. So that is why it is somehow required a lot of time. So I will try to manage some time at the end of your syllabus to brief you people about the spectroscopy technique, what is meant by spectroscopy, how it is important, and how can we use the electromagnetic waves in order to study the materials and in order to understand the properties of the uh, fluids and solid form material and other type of materials, in maybe in gaseous form or other form. So now here you have to prepare a comprehensive note or assignment in the form of assignment uh, on write some story over electromagnetic spectrum and it's significant, it's different components, the different portions, and you have to prepare this electromagnetic spectrum uh, in detail, okay, so that you can understand its features and then how they can travel through the space without any medium and what happened when some medium come into its path. Okay, so it means when suppose example take the example of sun radiation. Sun radiations are coming to us without any medium. What would happen when clouds come in between sun and earth, right? So I remember one thing: Earth's atmosphere play a lot of role in protecting us from so many radiation from the sun. Cosmic radiation are another part of the sun spectrum, but we are protected from the cosmic radiation. Similarly, ultraviolet and other dangerous radiation cannot reach to us. What happened to them? Why they are? Why these radiation cannot reach to us? What happened at the day in noon time, peak times? Why sky is blue, and in evening time, why sky blue? Sky will appear to us in yellowish and reddish form. So there are so many questions about this one. And what is the role of the Earth's atmosphere in protecting us from the sun's dangerous radiation? How it protects us? What is ozone layer, ionosphere? So it is a complete subject basically. So we must people prepare its comprehensive assignment for in the soft form. So I will let you how to submit this how to submit this assignment in detail. So this is all about the electromagnetic waves, right? So this is our part of the electricity and magnetism. Magnetism have completed, but after this, now two main and little small portion of our syllabus will start from right from now. So our part of our syllabus is think about the waves. How waves? Sorry, first of all, we describe what is wave. We will describe what is wave, and then some properties of the wave. How waves can be described in mathematical form. Any one of you can ask the question about the Maxwell's equations, our previous part. Nahel Ali. यार do you want to ask something? So any one of you, if you have any question about the electromagnetic wave or Maxwell's equation, You may ask me directly, even you may send the question and I will discuss with you people. Even can individually I can discuss this question. So now we'll discuss briefly about the waves. So what is wave? How many types of waves are there? Mechanical waves, electromagnetic waves, and matter waves. Transverse and longitudinal waves. So these are types of wave: mechanical, electromagnetic, and matter waves. It depends upon the how they travel, depending upon the carriers, depending upon the nature. And these transverse longitudinal waves basically depend upon the how they travel through the medium. Yes, yes, Rahman Hassan. The transverse and longitudinal waves. Here is one example of the waves. It has a typical shape. It has given special name sinusoidal waves because in this type of waves, when you disturb some material from its rest position, some disturbance created, some part of the medium displaced from its mean position, move upward or downward, and this disturbance travels through the medium. Basically, wave, it means disturbance created through the medium and that travels through the medium. If I am speaking here and I am disturbing basically the air pressure in, around me, with further after collision with the further molecules, so this disturbance transmitted to the next part of molecules, and they transmit these vibrations to the other molecules which are in normal vibration. So in the example of this string, a person standing here disturbs the string from its mean position, and this disturbance travels through the medium in right direction towards positive x-axis. So its components of the string are moving perpendicular to the direction of the traveling. Waves is traveling towards right, and particles of the string are moving perpendicular to it. Similar example is when you throw some stone in water.
मुझे समझ में न तो लगे कैसे तो
Hello, mute yourself, man. Okay. So particles of the wave are traveling perpendicular to the direction of their propagation. So such waves are known as the transverse wave. Another example is here. When you in vacuum tube, there is some powder inside this tube or air, maybe in air. So you push this from any direction, from left side in towards right side. So it compresses the air air volume attached to this side. So it compresses the air, but whole volume of the air is not compressed simultaneously. Because as compared to solid, liquid molecules are comparatively at a longer distance to each other, and they are free to move from one place to another. In solids, molecules of the solid are remain stationary, but they are in continuous collision with each other, but they not leave their place. But in gases or air, these molecules are much apart from each other, and they can move from one place to another. They are in continuous collision with each other. They are in random direction. So you can conclude from this one that longitudinal waves basically found in the fluids, materials like air, are in liquids, are in gases. So in longitudinal waves, compressions and rarefactions of the medium move in the same direction as in the direction of the wave, so known as the longitudinal wave. In transfer wave, particles of the medium move in upward perpendicular direction to the direction of the its movement or transmission, and in longitudinal waves in the same direction as the uh, wave is transmitting. So what is wavelength? What is frequency? These are basic definitions. But here we have to analyze this equation yxt is ym sine kx minus omega t. I will discuss this equation in detail next time. This is equation number 16.2. Ym is the amplitude of the waves. Amplitude means maximum displacement of the wave components of the medium component from its mean position. When they are disturbed, what is how much they are displaced from its mean position, either in longitudinal wave or either in transverse wave. This is known as the amplitude of the wave. K is K is the wave number, angular wave number. What is the angular wave number? And then what is meant by position of the wave? What is meant by angular frequency? What is the difference between frequency and angular frequency? Similar, what is the difference between wavelength and wave number? So what is meant by this displacement on the left side of this equation? Why they are, it is simultaneously, it is the function of the displacement and time. Earlier, we have always seen this such equations that either these are the function of the displacement, either time. But this equation is simultaneously function of displacement and time. And on the right side, there are both displacement and time as well as frequency and amplitude. Everything is here. So this equation is very interesting and need to be discussed in detail. What is amplitude and phase? What is the all these all component of this equation is discussed in detail. So what is amplitude and what is phase? This is very important, and I will discuss you all these components in detail next time. So up to now, you can ask the questions so that time is running short and 3 minutes almost remaining. So please quickly ask the question, otherwise we will start the meeting again like in our previous practice. So up till now, from electricity and magnetism portion, and now waves portion, you may ask the question, and anyone can raise the your hand to ask the question. Yes, Sham,
यस सर.
do you have any question?
यस सर, असाइनमेंट के बारे में पूछना था कि ये समरी जो आप कह रहे थे इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स, इसके बारे में कुछ बताते हैं कि किस तरह बनानी है सर.
ये आपकी मर्जी है. It's up to you. How can you prepare? But in assignment, you have to introduce the electromagnetic spectrum. What is meant by electromagnetic spectrum,
ओके.
right? What are it's just like a figure is given here. You may copy it from anywhere. So you have to describe this electromagnetic spectrum, right? What is the importance of the electromagnetic spectrum? Got to do different authors from literature, from books, and if you can have access to the internet, then must just try to search from different resources and then combine them. Okay, so
ओके सर.
try to provide and try to get maximum information about the electromagnetic spectrum.
ओके, ठीक हो.
Yes, Nehmat Khan. You have 1 minute to ask the question. Okay, we will start the meeting after a couple of minutes. So please be available. Thank you.